Hello everyone, welcome back to Rabbit Farm. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 super small farm models with huge profits that you can start right away, even without a large plot of land or big capital. We'll discuss the strengths and weaknesses of each model, and I'll definitely cover the impressive profit numbers from places that have successfully applied them. Share your thoughts in the comments about which farm model you like, and I'll make another detailed video to dive deeper into how to implement that model. Hit the like button and subscribe to support the channel so I can keep bringing you more content. Now, let's get started. One, hydroponic farming. Grow more with less space. First up is hydroponic farming, a soil-free farming method that allows you to grow a lot of crops. I've tried it myself and it's really effective. Hydroponics helps you save up to 90% of water compared to traditional farming, and you can grow plants even in small spaces like your living room or rooftop. A great example is in California, where farmers have earned up to $50,000 a year from just 100 square meters. What I love about hydroponics is that plants grow quickly, and you can harvest them in a few weeks without worrying about pests since no pesticides are used. However, you'll need to invest in equipment and fertilizers up front, and maintaining the right pH and water quality requires regular attention. If you like technology and don't mind the initial investment, hydroponics is a great option. But if you're inexperienced and want to save costs, you might want to start with a few small pots first. 2. Microgreens. Tiny plants, massive profits. Next, we have microgreens, tiny plants that bring massive profits. I've tried growing greens like watercress, mustard, and lettuce, and within 7 to 14 days, you can harvest and sell them. A great example is in New York, where a small farmer with just 200 square meters of land earned $20,000 a month by selling microgreens to upscale restaurants. These plants are very easy to grow, require very little space, and just need some light. I sell them to cafes, restaurants, or you can also sell at farmers markets. The advantage is that the profits are many times higher than with regular vegetables, and you can grow them year-round. However, since these plants have a short shelf life, you need to find stable customers to sell them as soon as they are harvested. If you're starting out and want a quick farming model, microgreens are an excellent choice. 3. Aquaponics. Fish plus plants equals the perfect farm combo. Next is aquaponics, a model combining fish farming and plant growing in the same system. I think this is one of the most sustainable and efficient models because you don't need chemical fertilizers. You raise fish and use their waste to fertilize the plants, and the plants help filter the water for the fish. A successful aquaponics model in Florida has earned around $50,000 a year from selling both fish and vegetables. It's very efficient and water-saving since the water circulates continuously. However, the system is quite complex because you need to take care of both the fish and the plants at the same time, and the initial setup costs can be high. If you have some experience with aquaculture or hydroponics, aquaponics could be a very appealing option. 4. Vertical farming. Stack your way to success. Vertical farming allows you to grow plants upwards, saving space very efficiently. With this system, you can grow multiple layers of plants in a small area. A great example is in Amsterdam, where an urban vertical farm can produce over 10 tons of vegetables and fruits per month on just 200 square meters. This is a perfect model for those living in cities. However, the initial investment is quite high because you'll need LED lights, automated irrigation systems, and temperature control. If you have the resources to invest in the system, vertical farming can help you produce a large amount of produce every year. But if you're just starting out, it might be better to experiment with simpler models like hydroponics first. 5. Mushroom cultivation. grow a superfood in your garage. Now let's talk about mushroom cultivation. I absolutely love this model because it doesn't require a lot of space. You can grow mushrooms right in your garage or a dark room in your house. Mushrooms like shiitake and oyster mushrooms are very valuable, and if you know how to care for them, you can harvest continuously. A great example from California shows that a small farm can earn up to $30,000 a year just from growing oyster mushrooms and selling them to organic restaurants. Growing mushrooms is relatively simple. You just need to control humidity and temperature. However, the space needs to be dark and have a stable temperature, and mushrooms have a short shelf life, so you need to sell them quickly. If you have limited space and want to start a quick business, mushrooms are a model I highly recommend. 6. Urban beekeeping. Liquid gold in your backyard. Next is urban beekeeping. Raising bees in your own backyard. I think this is a great model for city dwellers. You just need a little space like a rooftop or small garden to keep bees. A study from the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, shows that each bee colony can bring in $2,000 to $3,000 a year from honey and beeswax production. In addition to honey, you can sell beeswax and even offer pollination services to other farms. What I love about this model is that beekeeping requires minimal maintenance and helps protect the environment. However, you'll need to check if your local area requires a permit for beekeeping. Also, keep in mind that if you live in a cold area, honey production may be affected. But if you have space and love nature, I highly recommend giving this model a try. 7. Organic herb gardening. A home-based gold mine. Finally, we have organic herb gardening. Herbs like basil, parsley, and rosemary are not only easy to grow, but also highly valuable in restaurants and the organic market. A great example from the UK shows that a farmer growing herbs on a rooftop earned over £20,000 a year from selling organic herbs to restaurants and organic food stores. The advantage of growing herbs is that they are easy to grow, have fewer pests, and can be harvested quickly. However, you need to find stable customers, and herbs also have a short harvest period. If you're just starting out and have a small space, this is definitely a model worth trying. So that's it. I've shared with you 7 super small farm models that can bring huge profits. Which one do you like the most? Leave your comments below this video. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of Rabbit Farm's upcoming videos. See you in the next video.